make a difference either way.
What's up? We're live. What's up, Baz?
Can I get everyone's... Where the fuck is my notes? There we are. Just to start the game, just what everyone is at damage or health and willpower. So let's go around the table from what I can see here. Evldoa, what's your health track at?
My health is... I'm good. I'm one superficial, I believe.
One superficial.
And my willpower is all good.
So it will reset it tonight anyway, so just don't worry about the willpower. Echo, what's your damage track at?
One aggravated, 2 superficial,
and I'm
5
102,
willpower.
by the way.
Sweet. Aaron, what's your damage rate?
3 superficial, 1 aggravated because I took that other aggravated.
Because you took the other
off.
aggravated. Sweet,
Yep.
cool.
And I'm at 6 willpower.
Sweet as. Pip.
1 superficial.
1 superficial. And Zane.
So what was the lines again?
So a slash is superficial and a cross is
Aggravated.
Aggravated.
3 and 2.
Which one's the 3?
Superficial. And
2 aggravated. Holy shit.
Oh, you're looking pretty bad.
He's still pretty fucked up.
Jax, what's your hunger at?
Hunger's at 2.
Aaron, what's your hunger at?
1.
Echo, what's your hunger?
2. Why do you ask?
I just like to get an idea of it at the beginning of the game because I keep forgetting to ask and I meant to. Pip, what's your hunger at?
3.
And Zane?
2.
Right, it's not a new night, so we're not rolling for rouse checks for waking, so that's fine. Right, take it away, Evil.
Right. First things first, I'm not running under the Vampire Masquerade category tonight because that's for a game and not the actual Vampire Masquerade. And so I'm running under the Tabletop RPGs category tonight. So that's pretty much where we're at. We're a tabletop RPG. Hopefully that may net a few wandering eyeballs over to our story as well. So make sure you host, guys, if you haven't already. Get a few eyes out. Share us on Twitter and Facebooks and whatever else to see if we can get a few people into the story. Apart from that, that's about it really. Everything else we've sort of talked about over the last couple of streams, so I don't need to get back into that. But we'll hand over to our storyteller, and we'll start tonight's session of Vampires of Melbourne, Blood and Belief.
Welcome again, everybody. Good to see everyone there, and let's kick off with a recap. I see. We've got a bit of a new screen up there, Jax.
A little bit of a new overlay.
Slightly rearranging.
It's different background, a little bit of rearrangement to allow we've got obviously a spot there for Van Diemen and other players as they may arrive.
Excellent.
We'll utilise that space tonight probably for a few picatures.
Cool.
Session.
Nice work. Righto, so let's hit the recap. So last session we revisited the graveyard with the happenings of early hours of Wednesday morning. Aaron, Zane and Pip were all exiting the area where the prince's ashes were. Pip picks up some of the ash whilst Zane was clearly wanting to retreat as fast as possible. Aaron explained to Pip that the prince was dead to a point of no return. William Chopin and the sheriff emerged from a tunnel with a brief discussion, and then you all headed to nearby vehicles, whilst Jaxon was at the rooftop scanning the area, during which time he receives a phone call from his men warning of friendlies on the rooftops. After checking that there was no more enemy, he headed back through the graveyard and also towards the exit. Echo, on another rooftop, was nursing wounds on the opposite side of the street. She was alongside Billy, who was upset with the damage he took, so he revealed a missile launcher and let Echo have a bit of a go. It was good timing as 2 SI agents were revealing themselves from the graveyard tunnels. The weapon was fired, but a little off target. All of our coterie saw the explosion as it wounded the SI agents and came close to their exit space. After that, Billy ended the wounded SI and left all involved left the area. I believe there were some phone calls made along the way. Most of you went to your own havens or safe place of some description. Zane made sure to begin deleting his hard drives, and Aaron chose a space quite a distance away, both closely avoiding sunup with some crazy driving. Jaxon went back to his destroyed haven and made use of the old tunnel system, whilst Pip went home and read The Ashes of the Prince, a nice poem, with Echo lastly going back to her yacht. That evening, Zane stayed home working, whilst the rest eventually made their ways to a communal haven, and Echo did text them, but none returned the message. Not till at least much later on. Jax tried to call Zane a series of times, but after Zane not picking up, Jax destroyed his phone against the wall. There was a minor disagreement between Jax and Echo, leading to Jax leaving the scene, and then, after he was gone, the rest discovered whether or not to continue the work they were doing. Echo and Aaron and Pip know now that, I will rephrase that. Echo let Aaron and Pip know that Billy was her friend, and Zane received a call from Marco asking questions about the prince's death. He then told Zane to continue with their plans. Aaron also received a call from Marco not long thereafter with similar talk. Zane eventually did meet up with the rest of the coterie, sans Jax, who had met with his own employees and got some info out of the guards of the prince's death. Jax grabbed himself another phone and headed to the museum of Sophia Hall to meet with her, unbeknown to the rest of the coterie, until Pip tried to activate his powers of the mind. He was able to see snippets of Jax and pretty much figured out where he may be. So, with that glossed over, we welcome you all again to Melbourne on this cool, clear Saturday evening, around, I would say, 8 p.m. We will begin with the solo member of our coterie, Jax, as he has been led into the Granger Museum by a couple of Sophia's own security guards. Jax, you've been given an impromptu meeting with Sophia. One of the guards leads you inside to a lift. Is there anything you're going to do on the way to the lift?
Just to recap from last week as well, before Jax entered, Jeremy sent a text to Zane, informing him of his new number and to meet him at the museum as planned, ASAP.
Correct. Zane, you would have received that text. Up to you what you do with it. If you reply, let me know. The guards lead Jaxon into this lift. They get to the front of the lift doorway where the 4 other guards meet you, leaving the 2 that were originally at the stairwell, moving back to the front entrance.
This whole time, Jax will be clocking kindred and human alike.
Okay, so far, you're getting only ghoul and kindred, no human other than... And the museum is busy, there are patrons. Most of the museum goers are human.
Yeah, more the security, like just getting a feel for the security about what their status is.
Kindred and ghoul security at this point. Currently, as they step you into the elevator, you can hear the music, a quiet, calming piano rendition of Don't Let the Sun Go Down by Elton John, which is interrupted every now and then by the low tone of the elevator as the doors close and it passes floor by floor. You have a bit of time if you wish to speak to any of these guards or take in any other things within this room.
Jax would not speak to them. Be taking notice of weapons, obviously trying to get if he can tell the difference between ghoul and kindred, try and get an idea of maybe strength, sort of thing. Basically just sizing them up.
I believe that kindred have a fairly good eye and ear and maybe feeling for kindred amongst themselves, from what I can gather. Heartbeat, breathing, you would have to put on the blush of life to be fooling with that. Most humans don't take much notice of the night guards, but you looking for them, I would say make an intelligence awareness roll for these 4 guards in the elevator with you to be sure.
4 guards in the elevator with you to be sure. 4 guards in the elevator with you to be sure. 4 guards in the elevator with you to be sure. 4 guards in the elevator with you to be sure. 4 guards in the elevator with you to be sure. 4 guards in the elevator with you to be sure. 4 guards in the elevator with you to be sure. 4 guards in the elevator with you to be sure. 4 guards in the elevator with you to be sure. 4 guards in the elevator with you to be sure. 4 guards in the elevator with you to be sure. 4 guards in the elevator with you to be sure. 4 guards in the elevator with you to be sure. 4 guards in the elevator with you to be sure. 4 guards in the elevator with you to be sure. 4 guards in the elevator with you to be sure. 4 guards in the elevator with you to be sure. 4 guards in the elevator with you to be sure. 4 guards in the elevator with you to be sure. 4 guards in the elevator with you to be sure. 4 guards 4 successes.
4 successes. Yeah, you don't see any rise and fall of the chest or any swallowing of the throat areas. None of them seem to be sweating at any, normally with normal people or guards in a warm space, especially a smaller elevator, you would see some sort of sweat pooling on their skin or the pores, but there's nothing like that. They don't seem extremely pale, but they definitely are of paler skin.
Oop.
Finally, the 5th floor door, well, the tone goes, that 5th floor, and the doors open. They lead you into an office space. This room is large and extravagant with white leather seats, glass shelves and tables to each side of the room. All these glass, and it's thick, like bulletproof plexi style glass, I guess. I'm thinking like a matchbox size thickness, not the width, but the actual full length. At each side of the room, there's some huge artworks on the walls, and they depict almost like biblical scenery, because being a museum, she obviously is some sort of collector herself, and these things are very, very old, but very, very well kept. The 4 guards move you through the open center of the walkway of the room, which leads down to a large glass desk, which sits in command pretty much in front of a massive window space that overlooks the bright night lights of Melbourne.
Do I see the sword case in this area?
You do not see the sword case in the area.
So we know where that is, though, don't we?
You know it's on this floor, and
On
you are
this
told
floor.
it's in a safe. You have information on the safe.
And we know where that safe is.
You don't know exactly where the safe is. No, you just know it's in her office on this floor.
Okay, and I'm in her office.
You are indeed in her office.
So is she there
At
when I'm
this
led
point,
into the room?
no, she's not there. The guards lead you in and sort of point you towards a chair in front of the large glass desk.
Do they leave me alone anytime?
They do not leave you alone at all. They all stay within the room.
So I'll just do a quick scan of the room with my knowledge of security, looking for maybe a painting, like a large framed painting that could be hinged, or knowing what I would probably do is even have something on an electronic switch.
Yes.
Something along those lines. Just something that I would see that would house a big enough safe behind it to hold that particular case with that sword in it.
Give me a resolve investigation, please.
Oh, this one's not as good. 2 successes.
2 successes. There's a lot of things in this room that could house a safe that size. Pictures on the wall, the biblical sort of artworks that I mentioned, even beneath couches, these large leather white couches here could easily have been moved aside and have a safe beneath them. There's a lot of options, nothing obvious, but a lot of options. At this point, another door opens. You came in the south side of the room. This is north side, to the right of the glass windows, or the openings that look out on the lit up Melbourne. If I can get you to put Sophia's gown on screen, this is what she would walk in. She strides through confident. Same, and you've seen her before. She is 6 foot tall, flat. She has shoulder-length curly dark brown hair, and normally would dress in a grey businesswoman's suit, as you've all seen her before, but this time around she's dressed in a purple evening gown. She has, it's got a fairly split leg down one side, and she has her hair mostly up. She still walks across the room as if she commands it. She stands behind the desk facing you with her back to the open, or the window facing. And she says, "Mr. Spencer, I am on my way out. I assume this is important."
Good evening, Miss Hall. It is, if you value security, of course.
I always value security. As you can see, everything here is to the top of taste.
Of course. I did design it for you, if you remember.
Yes, I do recall. It has done exactly what it's meant to do. And what is it you wish?
Well, I'm sure you've heard of the events of last evening, the attack on Elysium. I mean, you were
Yes,
there
we got out.
initially.
We got out just in time.
Indeed. Well, in light of said events, I am contacting my more valuable clients, such as yourself, and going over said security systems. Small upgrades, free of charge, of course. Have my man on his way, go through the finer details on the software side of things.
I find that hard to believe, Mr. Spencer. Free of charge, you say. Everyone always wants something. Nothing is free. What do you need?
You have a particular item of interest.
I
To
have
me,
many.
personally. An item that I know someone else is wishing to acquire and will more than likely do so less than legal means, and may have already done so.
Okay. What item is it that you speak?
And I open my jacket and pull out a photo of the sword. Just unfold it and slide it across the desk.
She picks up a small clutch purse from the desk and she sort of lets out a laugh. You have been talking with, I would say, our friend, but he's by no means a friend of mine, Van Diemen.
Certainly not a friend of mine.
He has been trying to get that sword for some time now.
Dead.
I do not wish to give it to him, nor do I wish him to have it in his grubby little hands ever.
I agree. However, I'm also an avid collector. This sword would make a fine piece, my own collection. And I'm willing to pay top dollar for it.
Well, now there's a negotiation we can come to terms with at some stage. I will be willing to part with this if it is for your collection. That is fair. Top dollar is what I expect, for all of my collection is in perfect condition.
Of course.
However, where is this collection of yours, and might I see it? I need to be sure it is going to a proper collector.
By all means. Here in Melbourne. If you wish to see it, I can give you a personal tour.
Good. It shall not be tonight. As I said, I have prior arrangements. When is a good time and place to meet?
Tomorrow night would be suitable.
Tomorrow night. Thursday it is. And she grabs a notepad from her desk. Now, the glass desk in front of her seems to be completely see-through, but when she pulls the drawers open, you can't see. There's no obvious place where a drawer would be housing things, and you can't see into it to see pens and pencils. It's very tidy. It's almost like it's got a false front, this glass desk. She pulls it open, pulls a pad, pops it on the table, and writes Thursday. And whereabouts shall we meet? Or would you rather send a message of a time and place?
Come and pick you up personally if that is suitable.
Pick me up. At what time, Mr. Spencer?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Just as it shall be getting dark. Good time.
Indeed.
We shall call that an arrangement, a business meeting as such.
Of course.
I will have the item with me if you will have the money with you.
Give me a figure and I'll ensure that I have it.
I will let you know. But first, tomorrow we shall see your collection. I am sure you can follow my guards out, as you were quite happy to follow them in.
As I said, I am waiting for my man to arrive. Once he arrives, we will proceed with your upgrade. That is suitable. Should take
I will get you.
about an hour, maybe 2.
I will get you, and she talks to one of the men, I will get you, Marcus, to take him to the front office, and he can wait there until his man arrives. And she clearly says aloud, and they shall never be alone, not at any time. 2 people at all time. Then she picks up a mask off the desk. It's like a purple velvet, and it's got diamond sort of incrustation sort of things all around the sides, the top, and the center. The centerpiece is much like what was on her dress, almost like a diamond piece between the breast area she had. It's very similar on the mask. The mask is like a frontal cover, but it comes down longer like the Phantom of the Opera on one side, and it ties with a ribbon to her head as she ties it on herself as she's speaking to you. She then turns and says, I bid you farewell till tomorrow, Mr. Spencer.
Indeed.
And she heads out the same door she came in, leaving you with the guards leading you out to the front office. Is there any last things you want to do before we cut away?
No, that'd be pretty much it. Waiting for Zane. I would probably... Actually, no, I'd send another text. Probably to Zane again, hoping he's either still with the group. Actually, no, I'll send it to the group. I'll send a group message. The group number. The message will read, have business meeting with Sophia Hall tomorrow night to acquire the sword for Van Diemen. No need to steal it. Enjoy the ball. I will see you there.
All right. So, just so everyone is aware, Echo, Pip, Aaron, and Zane, you will all get this text message. As we introduce each one of you, you can decide whether you reply to it or not. We will now, just before we cut away from Jax, the last thing that you get as you're sending texts, you have a message from Francis about meeting with the Thin Bloods. The meeting will be Friday, if it suits you.
I just text back, fine, name, place and time.
He's still working on Van Diemen, and that is the last from him. We now switch to the expensive ocean liner yacht where the ocean's embrace masquerade ball has guests beginning to arrive. Jaxon, if you could just throw up a picture of the yacht in the daylight, that would be lovely. I should say evil. So what anyone would see as they are heading along the wharf side towards the yacht is extremely expensive looking, and this isn't the exact replica. This is just a visual representation. It's a 4-deck unit. The 2 lower decks in the yacht you're looking at are slightly longer than this. They have an open space that looks out to the moonlight, to the starlight, but the upper decks are very similar. The yacht you approach at night is actually not moored on the wharf up close to any of the other boats. It's off. It's about, it'd be a few hundred meters back in the water, and as guests are coming up to the pier, the plank, the walkway, there are 2 or 3 smaller boats, yachts and motorboats that are taking them from this area to the main yacht itself. Those who take the ride over to the yacht in the dark can see it's got a lot of colourful lights strung over it. It's set up for a party, well and truly. You can see as you get close, this is a medium-sized sort of fancy party yacht or ocean liner, a small ocean liner. It has a big name splashed in red across the side. It says Seporum Sanguinis. The boat itself is mostly white with splashes of red and black, but the name itself is almost in that font with like blood drip writing, as if it's a bit of a tongue-in-cheek joke. Everything on it that is windowed is black and tinted. The base level is where the main ball is to be held, and that, like I said, it has a big deck on it that sort of looks out to the stars. It's not a small deck like the picture you see. The second level has been set up for book signings. It's more of a meet and greet space for Echo and her fans. The third level is for Echo and her own VIPs or invited guests. And the top level is the control deck for captain and crew. This huge yacht sits in the water about 500 meters offshore, I'd say now, where like I said before, the guests have been delivered by way of smaller motorboats. Sam, your personal assistant, Echo, has put together a lot of staff on this boat, along with the guards and that Jaxon has supplied. Jaxon's guards wear, and Evil, if you want to put up the suit of your guards, they wear normal suit attire, black suits, white shirts. They look very tidy, carrying radios in their vest pockets, smaller ones, or in the earpieces, either. Most of them are trying to keep it down low. However, the staff that Sam has put together, they're dressed up a little more like cosplayers. Fancy suits with frilled lace chest areas and lacy sleeves that hang out the end. More reminiscent of, say, Interview with a Vampire than what your books would normally have in them. But Sam is quite happy with his choice. It keeps them apart from the normal cosplayers. And as everyone who pulls up to the lower base of the deck by smaller boats, the guards are checking their invitations and making sure that only the invited are let in. There are multiple security staff for anyone who walks aboard. You can see it's especially after the events of Elysium, everyone who is kindred is on check. Those who aren't are blissfully unaware. Echo, your book, The Ocean's Embrace. This yacht is decorated to perfectly set the scene. Bits and pieces are sort of littered around that match, as you know, descriptions of the book, places in the book, areas that it makes sense to you. There's candles, there's lanterns, things like that. What is Echo doing?
Echo will probably be on the 3rd level in a private spot and trying to heal that shoulder if I could.
Yes, you may. Are you going to try and heal the aggravated?
Yes. So was it 1 or is that?
So
more?
for aggravated, that is 3 rouse checks.
Ooh. Can I just I'll roll 3 all at once. Fail on 2 and success on 1. So
excellent. So fail on 2. So you get 2 more points hungrier than what you were previously. You were originally on 2 hunger. You now had 4 hunger. The beast within you is excited. There's a lot of fresh meat out tonight. According to V5 rulebook, you can remove your aggravated, but you are much hungrier now. Luckily, you're in a place where there's plenty of people willing to bow down to you.
all right. I am I'm going to go to my desk that I have already put some stuff in this yacht, and I'm going to take the box that the prince gave me as a gift, and I'm going to open it, and if you want me to describe it, I can.
Yes, that would be good. Thank you.
It is a lovely old calligraphy pen with a fine tip. But as I look at it, it has a push button on the top. So I'm going to push that button and out pops this, almost like a vial that fits in the pen with a piece of paper in it. And as I unscroll the paper, it says the pen is mightier than the sword. Edward Bulwer Lytton, 1839. My dear Echo, this was once used to inject words of wisdom into those who stood against me. Use it well, Lestrange. And I pause over it. And then I'm going to take a moment and text my friend, a Tremere that I know, and say, can you give me something to fit into a pen vial? And then paralytic ? And I'm going to send that.
Duly noted. Your text goes out. You were perhaps hoping to see this particular Tremere tonight, but as you well know, he's not one for public spaces. He may or may not appear, but we shall see him soon enough.
And then I'm going to text Billy and ask, what's the word on what's going on? What do I do next? Have you heard anything? And that's all I'm going to send. That. And then I'm going to get a box out of the desk and go to find Aaron and Pip.
Awesome. Pip, are you already on the yacht, or is there something else you want to do beforehand?
I would be on the yacht, probably as far away from anyone else as I could get.
So the best place for you would be somewhere in VIP area if you don't want to be on the main 2 floors where the fans and the guests mostly are. It's a big space, even though Echo will be rocking around the VIP area herself. You have all access pass because that's the type of invite that Echo gave you. Nice red leather boat chairs, seating like a bench seat in this VIP area with tables and many a cocktail glass, platters of food, nothing that would be any interest to you, unfortunately. However, Sam, Echo's assistant, has put on glasses of this special wine for those of you of an acquired taste.
So I'd probably be crouched down in a corner, grabbing at my collar as if it was too tight. This is fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. We're on a really big boat in the water. There's people everywhere.
Sam, Echo's assistant, approaches you. He says, "Excuse me, Mr. Elliot, are you all right?"
Yeah. And you look familiar.
Yes, I'm Sam, Echo's assistant. You remember me from her yacht, probably. Well, I was a driver as well.
Oh yeah. How are you, Sam? How you going?
I'm doing excellent. And how are you going?
I'm not very good with crowds, Sam.
Interesting. Crowds is a frame of mind, Pip. If you just think of it as people who you don't know as opposed to a crowd, and only ignore those you need to ignore and talk to those you need to speak to, everything will be fine.
Okay. I think I'll write that down, and he's got a pen and he writes it on his hand.
It shan't be long till some of your friends arrive anyway. Miss Echo is just getting herself into her attire for the evening as the fans are eagerly awaiting her to start handing out the signed books, so she'll be here shortly.
Have you seen Mr. Tomic?
No, I have not. I don't think he is here at this current point in time. He won't be far away. I assume him and Zane and Jaxon will probably be not far away.
Well, I'm going to stay here, but I'll think about what you said.
Okay. Well, I'll get ready to introduce Miss Monroe to the audience. You'll hear us on the loudspeaker if you wish to come down to the main deck.
Okay.
And we'll leave you there. Aaron, I believe you're off doing a quick venture before we head out to the yacht for you.
Yes, I would be not dressed in my finest.
Not yet.
Not yet, yeah. Probably go Bob. Bike.
Excellent. It doesn't take you long to get there as soon as you will get from talking with Echo and Pip earlier in their haven, you've headed straight there. Bike makes it easier. You don't have to contend with much of the heavy traffic. Getting to Mick's and June's place, not too bad at all. They greet you at the door, at least June does. Mick seems to be busy in the main area at one of the benches. And as June leads you in, giving you the old cheerful g'day that she does, you can see that Mick is using he's got the bullet press, and he's using the bullet press as you walk in. He says, "Hey, Aaron, good to see you. What can I do for you?"
I'm here to see if my orders are done.
Nearly. I did say Friday.
Yeah,
probably Thursday, maybe Thursday night. I'm working on it now. This is the press for it now.
How many rounds you got?
I'm on to number 10.
Oh, so you only just started. Wait, how about the actual gun? Are you done with that?
Yes, that's just done. The gun is done.
And the leather and all the other stuff?
Everything except for I haven't got the knife sorted just yet.
Oh, that's okay. That one was a last minute add-on because I.
Cool. Yeah. No, the gun's ready to go. The holsters, leather, everything's good. We worked on them first. Now we're working on the ammunition for you. Should be not a problem. Just takes a bit of time.
Yeah, don't rush it because I dare say this stuff would hurt if it hit your skin.
Yeah, I'm taking it easy and carefully, aren't I, June? And you can see June holds her hand up and she's got like a bandage around her hand. She gives you a grin. Yeah, little incident earlier. It'll be healed in no time.
Okay. Do tell.
Just trying to speed run some of the casings and acid.
Yeah. Okay. So pretty much just okay. Good.
Are you out for the poker run on Friday?
Yes.
June grins ear to ear. Excellent. I'm on the Daytona.
Oh, you're on the. Okay. Yeah. Which one? Which Daytona?
The blue one.
Oh. That thing still runs?
Of course it still runs. I'm always working on it.
That's my point.
Oh, I see. Right. And what are you taking? A Harley, I suppose.
No, Bugatti. Bugatti. Crap, I can't remember which one now.
Oh, too many to choose from.
Yeah, you know.
See, Mick, I told you, he's full of himself every time.
I'll probably just find one and steal it.
Yeah. Gangs out at their best.
What?
Oh, hey, nothing.
The added bonus about aggressively acquiring a bike for the race, I don't have to worry about the speeding fines.
That's true, I suppose. However, stealing a bike, you don't know how it works. You don't know how it feels. You don't know the running system well enough. It could just crap out on you like most of everything else you ride does.
Yeah, but that's half the fun. Yeah.
Fair cool.
Yeah. You got to get your excitement where you can. Kind of like last night. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, you are part of that. And this is still June talking. Mick's busy, just next bullet. Carefully, you see him pouring this acid liquid. He's got rubber gloves and these goggles and an apron, and he's carefully pouring the liquid in before he puts the top of the shell through, the base of the shell through into the presses down. It's taking him about probably 20 times as long to do one than it normally would. And you can see he's profusely just concentrating hard and the beads of sweat on his forehead. And I believe Mick is a human.
No, he's kindred as well.
Is he kindred as well? Okay, I stand corrected. No beads of sweat on his forehead, but there definitely would be.
The arse cheeks would be puckering.
Yes. He's definitely puckering.
Yeah. Miss Kindred and the girl is...
Ghoul.
A ghoul.
I have a list.
I remember right?
I believe so.
I got a note somewhere about that.
She looks to you again and says, I got a call from Sharon as well. She said she's taking a crappy dark horse.
Hey, that dark horse has got some power.
Yeah. And you can see in the background, she's got the Triumph Daytona sitting there. It's the older model. It's the 2010. And she's got a few scratches in there on her, but on the side of it, you can see the case where June keeps a few of her chains and bits and pieces. And she goes, yeah, I like to play dirty, though, so we'll see how far she gets on that.
Okay. Oh. Whatever you do, just... No point saying stop cheating because you're going to do it anyway, so it doesn't make a difference.
Just like you're going to aggressively acquire your ride.
Yes, because why not?
She hands you the pistol and the letters.
All right, cool. And I do believe I left them with one magazine,
Correct,
which
you did.
would be a full magazine. I'll
It
take
is.
that as well.
All right, they hand that over, no hassle.
And I'll sort you out next time. I've got a party to go to.
All right, take it easy and don't get, Elysiumed.
Hey, I got through it. I only got crispified a little bit.
Yes, some of it's still showing a little there.
Yeah. Makeup. Well, that's my excuse at least.
I hope you're wearing a suit. You're going to that ball, right?
No, I'm going to go in jeans. Yeah.
I knew you would.
No, I've been given a suit I have to wear.
Mick leans back, looks over and says, fuck off, not you in a suit.
Well, I do want to live another day. And I've got the feeling that if I don't show up in the suit, well, I won't live another day.
Yep. He makes the old under the thumb symbol here, and then he carries on with these bullets. Get the fuck out of here, Aaron.
Oh, man. I might actually have some more work for you a bit later.
All right, let us know.
Yep. No worries, Shax. Have fun. I'll see you Friday night anyway. Don't slip.
Thursday night, should have most of this done, but Friday's a definite.
All right, no worries. Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. I'll see you Thursday.
Right.
Boy, Nick. And while I'm walking out, I'll light some gunpowder on fire and leave.
You see that as you light it, it just and June turns around. Mick's like, not now, not now, not now. And he's really carefully pushing that bullet casing through with the clamp. And you see June just grab the fire extinguisher and getting ready for it. As you head out the door, I imagine chuckling to yourself, your phone goes. Cage, if you've got him listed, it's Cage.
Yes, he would be. So is it ringing or
it's
is it a message?
Yes, it's ringing. Yes.
I'd answer it.
He straight off never says who he is. Just goes, Aaron. Yeah, mate, it's me, Cage.
Yeah, that's what the caller ID said.
Right. Hey, are we still on for tonight? We're not supposed to be breaking a safe for you or something?
Didn't Jaxon get in contact with you? I was meant to talk to you about that.
Can't remember. I lost my phone, then found it. Then I got kind of got drunk. But anyway, are we on? Are we good?
I don't know. Have I received a text message from Jaxon yet?
I would say you probably have.
Yes, I'd say no. It looks like he's gone with another option.
Oh shit, mate. That's no good. Oh, I was looking forward to that too.
Although, I'll get in touch with you. I've got an idea.
Right, cracker. I'll wait for your call. I'll just have a few more drinks then.
But yeah, it won't be tonight anyway, so don't worry about it. But I've got a couple of ideas. Job that might work out.
All good. You know me, I love a challenge. Everything's a challenge, especially when you've had 10, 12. I think I'm at 15 whiskeys now.
Wait a minute. You're drinking whiskey?
Oh, yeah, it's horrid. Trying to live up the old days, man, you know.
How you stomach that shit, dude?
Oh, I don't. I normally purge it every couple of, half hour or so.
See, I remember the days where we used to get someone else drunk and then we'll drink them.
I ran out. I've got to, You sort of hear him shuffle around. He's like, 3 out cold on the floor right now. I didn't do enough, so I just grabbed their bottles.
Okay.
It's the healing factor. You know, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I know. It's a counterintuitive. But look after yourself, dude. Don't set anyone on fire.
All right, I'll try not to. I don't. What do you mean? Don't say? I don't normally do. And you hear the phone just hang up.
And then just shake my head and leave. Go towards. I think the suit would have been sent to the Haven.
It's up to you, Echo. Where would you have sent a suit?
I was. Well, Sam organized it.
Oh,
so
yes, Sam.
yes.
So yes, the Haven. Yes, I forgot. It was Sam indeed. Thank you.
Right, I'd go to the Haven and then I'd call a cab to pick me up from there because the bike's probably not a good way to get there.
No worries.
No, it wouldn't be a good way on with a suit. So
no problem. Zane, you're traveling to Jaxon. Is there anything else you're doing in between?
No, just trying to work out how it all went down. Still trying to piece together puzzle pieces. Unsuccessfully, mind you, but still trying.
Still trying. So, and you're driving to Jackson's position at this point?
Yes.
You get a call from, I believe, your receptionist or second in command, Taz.
Yeah.
She calls you and she says, Zane, haven't heard from you from a bit again. Just checking in. Are you good?
There's a letter on my desk for you. Hang up.
Yeah, and you just hang up?
Yep.
She flicks a text back and says, thanks, got the letter. That's all you get in text return. You get to the Granger Museum. You see the same scenery that Jackson's seen, the large stairway, the lion statuettes, guards out the front. Do you head inside?
I'll text Jax. Do you really want me to go in there? I don't want to go in there.
I would get out to the front. Let the guards know that, hey, look, my man's here. Go collect him. Don't mind him. He's a little odd, but he gets the job done.
So you're sending one of the guards to collect him?
No, I'll go out myself.
You're
letting them know that. Letting them know what to expect. But I head out myself.
All right, so no worries. You guys head out to the vehicle. Zane is sitting in his car, awaiting you.
I'll lean in the windows like, Zane.
What?
Calm the fuck down. Got a job to do.
Fine.
Although, not the job you think.
What am I doing now?
Essentially doing nothing, but looking like you're doing something. I need you to come with me.
Can I do something?
Give me a second. I need you to come with me. You're going to sit at a computer console. You're going to go over the current security system of the museum.
Yeah.
You're going to make it look like you are giving it an upgrade. Can you do that? Basic software upgrade.
Yeah, I can do that. Can I put extra stuff in there?
If you can hide it, be my guest. You've got 2 hours max. If you can do it in an hour, would be better.
Okay.
After that, I'm heading to the ball. You do what you like. I mean, I know you're not one for parties.
Do you think Echo will get mad if I don't go?
Who knows? Anything's possible at this point. But you and I also need to have a chat before you disappear. I need to know what you saw last night.
Headshot!
Detail, Zane.
Oh, fine.
Comprehensive detail.
Okay.
Take a breath, even though you don't really take it. You know what I mean. Calm yourself. Let's get this done. Did you get my text?
Weird, but yes. Okay.
I've arranged to buy the sword, Sophia.
Why did I not steal it? I thought we were stealing.
I don't know where the safe is. This way we don't get caught. We don't look like douchebags. And then after we have the sword, Sophia, well, if Echo wants to do away with Sophia, do so. I need to get back to the ball or something stupid gets done.
Okay.
We missed this opportunity. That's it. We're done. This is the best way of getting it.
Okay.
Because I tell you what, I'm more than happy to kill people if it comes down to it. No problem there.
Lead me to the console.
Go.
Right. So you guys head into the building. The guards lead you to multiple offices, actually. They've got one main command center for the cameras and everything like that. But there's also a backup, a separate hidden office they lead to you. They show you both first and then ask you where you'd like to start.
We'll spend maybe 15, 20 minutes in the main office computer because that'd be just basic entry level stuff. And then spend the remainder in the secondary.
Secondary, yep.
So
That's where all the good stuff is.
The first office definitely is the entry, the layman's stuff. They have control there. It's like a SCADA system where they can access pretty much everything from it. But the hub is in the secondary room. So, Zane, I would say give me a intelligence technology for the first room, but give it to me with an extra 2 dice bonus for your...
Hang on. Okay.
If the two guards that are with us seem like they're taking notice, like they seem to be really watching, I will try and confuse them a little bit with sort of tech talk about the system and what we're trying to do.
Okay.
Just to throw them off so they're not entirely watching exactly what he's doing.
I would say give me a manipulation subterfuge from you then.
Problem.
If you win that manipulation subterfuge, I will add another 2 dice to Zane's pool.
Oh, God, really? I'm running out of dice here.
3 successes. That was out of 3 dice. That's good.
3 out of 3.
That's all I have. I don't have a huge pool in that one.
Let's see if they believe you. No, nothing on the hunger, Jax.
That was successes on the hunger.
Well, your 3 beats their 1. So, Zane, roll what you have to roll, and if you run out of dice, add another 2 at the end.
So I've got to add 4 dice extra.
Mm-hmm.
In total, yes.
All right. Wow.
It's a big pool.
That's going to be bloody good.
It's an easy computer.
That's a massive pull for him.
So when you put all your dots in intelligence and technology.
7 successes.
Holy shit.
7. Not only is the system easy to you, it's generic. It's not as well. The system, the guarding system for it, or the what's the word I'm looking for? The firewall, yeah, the encryptions and everything, very, very simple at this end. It's probably dated about 5 years now, and they haven't really upgraded it. It may have been done originally 10 years earlier, but they've only upgraded sort of in the last 3 to 5 years, bugger all. You get through that encryption and you're able to make it not only look like you're upgrading the system, you kind of are upgrading the system by doing as minimal as you are doing. It's also allowing you to, Zane, I believe you want to try and make some
like some back doors, of course.
Yeah, backdoor systems. Okay. Easy enough done in this space off the SCADA screen. You can get remote access to this screen now. It'll give you minor control. If you're on the yacht or back at home.
Cool.
And then you're led to the sort of inner sanctum, the control room itself. This room, everything in here is a little more high-tech. Bit better kept, bit better upgraded. Make a similar dice pool roll. The guards are still with you. Don't add the extras this time. It's just your technology intelligence for this one.
All right, hang on. Let me remove all those. Come back here. 3.
3. A little lower this time. Jackson's still sort of talking the talk with the men, the kindred men that are next to you. Okay, they might have left their system at the front down a little, but this server room has had some upgrades. It's tough. It's tough to beat. Putting in back doors, not too bad. You've got a few of them, but you can't break through some of the encryptions. I will say you do, however, find that the safe is under the glass desk in her office on her floor, on the 5th floor. You know where it is, but the system is too hard for you to actually eject it or bring it up from the floor. You can't decode it at this current point in time.
So I'll try and copy some files, see if I can't work out on them at a different time.
Easy enough done. Copying files is simple, except you have to copy them onto something. I would assume a man in your position would carry a USB stick or something to the like with him.
Yep.
Putting the USB stick into the system and making it look like you're not copying is a little harder. I would like you to roll a manipulation subterfuge for me. Jaxon, are you doing anything during this time?
That would depend on whether I notice what he's up to. I mean, I am
Zane,
kind of watching him and trying to keep these guys occupied.
Zane, what are you trying to do to let him know what you're doing first? 2.
I'm just doing it.
You're just going to do it? Okay. So Jack, 2. Okay. Jax, I would say just give me an intelligence awareness to see if, while you're trying to talk to these guards, whether you're going to pick up on what he's doing. 3. I would say you see him reaching his jacket, going for it. You have a fair idea of what he's up to, and you do not want these guards to see. What are you going to say or do to take their attention away?
I think I'll intentionally walk forward and shoulder check one of the guards watching, and say something like, "You fucking eyeing me up. What is your fucking problem?"
Okay.
And get right in his face.
Give me a composure intimidation. Versus.
That is not good.
If you can think of something you would rather use instead.
Daunt is free, so I'll throw Daunt up.
Okay.
Should give me presence as well.
Okay.
This doesn't really help. It gives me at least an extra die. I do have a chance, which gives me, which from the chat, which gives me an extra black die on my die pool. I'll use that.
You can do that. You can also rouse your blood to lift one of those abilities as well.
I will. So how does that work?
So you make a rouse check, and then you will add 2 extra dice to whichever pool you decide.
Success on the rouse check.
Nice.
I'll add 2 extras to the presence.
All right.
Ooh, 1, 2, 4 successes. That'll be a messy critical on 4 successes.
4 successes with a messy crit. Nice. No hunger dice. Oh, just the crit.
Messy crit, yeah.
Okay, so you shoulder check this other guard. It takes the attention away. Both guards now have attention on you. With Daunt up, they're both fighting that intimidation. However, you shoulder check him a little harder than you expect, which sets him off. He says, "Hey, what the fuck are you trying, man?" And he sort of pushes you back, which sets that anger off in you. With that messy crit, you now feel like you want to attack. You want to take at least one of these guys down. If you do not wish to do it, if you want to fight it, you can roll willpower. You can roll your willpower pool, but you'll have to get 3 successes.
That's my whole willpower roll. Oh shit!
Otherwise, you will be attacking this guy to some extent.
I will. I will try and fight it. I do have a willpower roll as well from chat.
Yes,
from
I see chat's giving you a willpower, so you are lucky. You have an extra die in willpower. Is that what that gives you?
I think I just got to double check. It gives me. It just gives me the willpower, actual willpower roll. Like it gives me a free willpower roll. So this is just a straight roll.
So this is a straight roll.
You wouldn't believe this. That is on 3 dice, 5 successes.
You rolled a crit success.
I rolled a crit success and a single success on 3 dice.
You are very, very lucky. Your compulsion inside you to take this single guard down and then take out the other fires up inside you. You're about to do it.
Nose to nose. Like I'm nose to nose with them.
You are able to hold back. What are you saying or doing? Give me a picture here.
I just, again, nose to nose, and I just under my breath to say, you know who the fuck I am. You know how lucky you are right now that I have a business appointment with your boss. Back the fuck off.
The second guard, who you weren't directly talking to, puts his hand on the first guy's shoulder and he says, "James, just don't worry, man. Don't look at him like that. He's here to help." And the one he called James sort of turns to face him and says, "Fuck." Looks at you, Jaxon, says, "I'm sorry, man. Look, I wasn't actually eyeing you up. I was just fucking seeing what you were doing, all right? Apologize." And he puts his weapon down and backs away. We will, from here. Zane, was there anything you want to add?
No, just carry on doing what I do best.
You get the information you need on the USB stick. About an hour and a half has passed. You two are free to leave.
At the moment he's done, I grab him by the back of his neck, like, and not gently, like it's hand on the back of the neck, squeezing quite hard, and usher him out of the building and back to his car.
Sweet. And we will just take a 5-minute break there because I too need a visit to the gentleman's room. I can see there's a few of us.
Little vampire room is calling for some of the players, so we're going to take 5 guys. Bear with us. Be right back. And we are back. And we
Right,
are
sorry
back.
about that, folks. We have small bladders here in Vampire Land. So, back on the beautiful yacht, Seporum Sanguinis. I think I say that wrong every time, but however it's said, that's how I'm saying it.
Sounds good to me.
Sam, Echo's assistant, tallish man in a dark suit with dark hair, very handsome. Gets up on the microphone. When I say gets up on the microphone, it is on the deck above the main floor. So he's on the third deck above the main floor, which is pretty full of people about now. He looks across the top of the audience that's there and to the decks above him where there's VIPs. And he, on his face, if you can imagine like the Batman mask, Robin, the sidekick Robin, and her just sort of wears like a glasses. Sam's just wearing that, very, very thin, covering. You can pretty much tell who he is. If he was a superhero, he would be giving everything away. And he announces as the music dies down, he says, "Welcome, one and all, to the Masquerade Ball celebration of Echo Munro's book, The Ocean's Embrace." He takes a deep breath. For those of you who have read the book, this is no surprise. But to those who haven't, could be some minor spoilers, but I will do my best. This book, about a beautiful red-headed woman contained in a coffin beneath the ocean. A daring archaeologist is trying to find the submerged coffin. The beautiful redhead within the coffin wants to rise from the waters and exact her revenge on the ones who put her there. And so tonight, in celebration of this #1 selling book, we are holding this ball. And for those of you who wish to meet Miss Munro and get a signed copy of the book, you know who you are. You have the tickets with the gold stamps. You may proceed to the above deck. Until then, the rest of you keep on partying, and Miss Munro will be down to greet you all at some stage. I bid you all a good night, and everyone enjoy the blood red wine that is circulating the floors currently. And everyone claps, and they give a big sort of roar. Can't wait to see Echo, and you can see a bunch of them heading to the stairs. Echo, after about 10 minutes, Sam pokes his head in the doorway. He says, "Okay, we've got a pretty full deck now. Are you ready to start dishing out some of these books?"
Thank you, Sam. You're amazing. Is Peggy here?
She is. I've seen her doing her thing around.
Oh, no.
The
Okay.
waiters are definitely, some of them are enjoying her.
Oh, good. Okay.
Some of them not so much.
All right. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
All right, I'll announce you now. He steps back out the door, and within a moment or two, you hear, "One and all in the VIP lounge. Here for the book signings, I give you none other, the beautiful Echo Munro." And everyone starts cheering and clapping, and the music comes up. And as you walk out the door, please explain to us what you're wearing. Evil, if you'd like to put it up on screen.
Echo felt that symbol would be better and make a statement, but she is wearing a black lace mask with a wisp up on the side and a kind of a cream-colored gown, kind of 1920s-esque. So she goes out and she thinks to herself, Toreador, and goes out and starts to smile and beam at everyone and wave.
The audience is cheering heftily, applauding. Everyone who's here to see you is ecstatic. All the fans, and you know some of them personally. Some of them you visit for hunger issues, which you are currently driving with right now. the smell of the human blood in the room, even though most of it's contained within the vessels, reaches your nostrils. If you had a beating heart, it would be pretty much racing, as male, female alike. You can just see the veins, side of their head, side of their neck, forearms. Most of them are in extremely expensive attire, especially here in the book signing area, where it's, essentially a lot of rich VIP. Most of them wearing masks, full face, some half face, others. Some are their mask on stick style, and when they stop to talk, they pull the sticks away from their face. And quickly, as you sort of reach the desk space that has been allocated you, piled with pre-signed copies of the book, which Sam got you to pre-sign, so you didn't have to do it one by one here tonight. The crowd slowly line up, and you're greeted one by one. The first person, and I'm not going to do each person, just going to, we could be here a while, but the first person, young male, 18, 19-ish possibly. Hard to tell with the suit and mask, but he seems to stand about 5'8". He has short, curly, dark hair. He's wearing the nice dark suit with a bright red tie. And he comes up to the desk, does a bit of a twirl and says, "I don't know if you can tell, but I'm Alan Croft."
Oh, you know what? You're like exactly as I would have portrayed him in the book. Well done. And I kind of look at Sam like, Sam, I figure Sam knows my needs, so he might see that I'm like desperately hungry.
He does. He does know that look. And he quickly nods to you in recognition and moves away to grab you something that will at least ease. Considering the way you normally drink, it's going to take a few. So he brings you back a single glass of wine to drink as you hand forth these books and do the greeting monotonously to everyone that comes through. Pip, you are still in the VIP floor above. You know that Echo's been announced. Did you head down when she was announced?
Yeah, I would have headed down, sort of like trying to like avoid contact with people, so sort of hugging the corners of the boat, like heading towards the place where I needed to go.
Taking the hardest path away from everyone you can. As you enter the floor where Echo is, you can see she's 2 or 3 people into it now, greeting them, giving that sort of, it looks like a real smile, but you can tell she's struggling. I would say, give me an intelligence awareness before we describe what you're wearing.
So that's 3 successes, and I got a skull on one of the blood dice.
Nice. So the skull on the blood dice doesn't matter. It would normally be a fail if you failed the check, but you have not failed the check. You are fine. The aura that Echo is putting out is tense to you. No one else seems to see it, maybe except for Sam, and you can see he's delivering her a glass of wine. You can tell she's hungry. You've seen her like this before. As you step down the far stairwell into this floor area, can you describe what Pip is in? Evil, can you pop that up on screen for us, please?
So Pip's wearing what he almost always wears underneath. So it's a shirt and a tie, and none of it's quite right. Like his shirt's coming out on one side, but his vest and the jacket he's wearing has got filigree down the edgings of it, and he's wearing a gold pirate mask with a captain's hat and some roses on the side.
So he's looking very piratey.
Yeah.
Thankfully for you, the audience on this deck is captivated by Miss Monroe. They are here for her and for her alone, and anyone who passes by, you get a smile and a nod, but staying back as you do. No one really bothers you. A woman near the back does, however, notice you. She moves over towards your side. Can you put the red dress up for me, Evldoa?
Which one was that?
She comes over to you.
Ah.
She's in a fairly plain number, but it is neck to toe, long, velvety red dress. It has lacy black top amongst it, across the top to the shoulders area. And she goes, "Excuse me,
dress.
would you happen to be Pip?"
I don't believe you gave me a red dress.
I didn't give you a red dress? Okay, let me get that. Copy. I'll get there right there. Paste. Must have missed one. Sorry, Evil. There you go. In Discord.
Yep.
I will stare at her intently before answering to see whether I can tell who she is.
Staring intently. Let's see.
Unsettlingly so. It'd be very unsettling, I imagine.
This could be in your favor, but give me a intelligence academics.
That's my best roll.
Sorry, people, I didn't have that one to Evil, my bad. That is what she is wearing. I will give her a description while you count your dice. She has
Six successes.
6 successes, nice. She has light brown, not quite sandy blonde, light brown hair that falls to a curled at the straight but curled at the bottom shoulder bob. She wears a red felt mask around her eyes with ribbons that disappear under her hairline. The felt mask covers sort of the upper forehead and down to the cheek area. With that roll, you don't recognize her at first. It's when she introduces herself that gives it away to you. She says to you, "Well, if you're Pip, then I'm Vicky Lucas." And with that role, you'd recognize that as a pseudonym for Sylvia Plath, the writer of The Bell Jar, which you just happened to have read recently.
Yeah, I'm Pip. Yeah.
Yes, as said. Hello, dear child. I see your clear eye is the one absolutely beautiful thing here. Come. And she sort of motions to you with her hand. Let me fill you with colour and ducks. And she takes you over to a seat, not too far behind Echo. She sits down, takes a glass of the red blood-like liquid, and she offers you one.
Thank you. I've brought a +1. I hope you don't mind. And I'm gonna go into my pocket and grab out. It's a sandwich bag with SpongeBob on it, and it's full of dust. But I've drawn a little bow tie on SpongeBob, and I'm going to sit it in the chair next to me.
So a sandwich bag with SpongeBob on it.
Yeah, I've
and
drawn a tie.
I assume the dust is the ash of the prince. Is that what we are looking at here?
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
He's an old friend, although I didn't really know him very well.
Oh. Something dead. Something no longer of this earth.
I think he's been dead for a long time, but like dead. Like proper dead.
I guess now he's dead. He's more like a stone, but unbothered by it.
I still read him stories, though. I think he'd like it.
And what stories do you read him?
I was reading him The Bell Jar. Echo gave me the bell jar.
Did she now? She looks at herself, up and down her own clothing at her arms, as if in wonder. And she says, well, I am more alive now. Back then I was more dead. Though, like a stone, I am unbothered by it as well.
Esther's story parallels my own until the end when she recovers, and instead I've seeped deeper into... And he sort of twitches a bit. He's like, well, insanity?
I can understand your problem. Here, our state, among the bird feet and the stems of plants, I wasn't fooled. I knew you at once, Malkavian. Just like I.
Ah. Does it get any easier?
Well, and once again she sort of looks upon herself. This body does wear the smile of accomplishment. But it's hard not to look back at what we have done. You must only look forward to what you will do now.
So the oven, I mean, you probably get asked this a lot.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Did you actually stick your head in? It's such a weird way to go.
Echo.
I do not just hear them behind me talking about her sticking her head in the oven, do I?
From your position with the books, you're only about 5 meters ahead of them. I would say you would catch small snippets if you're trying to listen in, because you are concentrating on the people in front. I won't make you roll for it. I would say you might catch a little of that. And at the same stage, sorry, just before you go, Jax, Aaron, and Zane all arriving by small boat to larger boat at this point in time. You guys have come on board and there is a lot going on. We will cut to you guys shortly.
Pip. All right.
Oh, Miss Monroe.
You know what? Don't bring the prince out for show and tell at the ball, okay? Give me the prince. I need him anyway to find out what happened. So just get a box or something. Don't go showing people your toys.
Pip's gonna grab him and put him back in his pocket.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Sylvia, Vicky, looks up to you, Echo, and she says, it's quite all right, dear.
You muted.
I've been moving around in this.
You're muted, Echo.
Oh, I said we need pieces of them for later, so it's good.
Okay. You do your thing. I will take care of Pip. He's fine. He does no harm here.
Okay.
Beautiful book, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to go back to the line. It's busy, so.
And you head back to the line with Sam sort of saying to them, she'll be just a minute. Give her just a moment of your time. I do apologize. And then as you head back, everyone's happy again. You're slowly getting through the crowd of ongoers. Pip, we will come back to you in your conversation shortly.
Yeah.
Aaron, Jaxon, and Zane, you all arrive. Aaron, just a few moments ahead on one small boat that brings you on. And as you walk onto the main floor, can you give us a description of how you look, how you are dressed?
Okay, so I'm in a shiny grey suit with a white shirt, tie, but puffy ass tie, and it's not really well done up. It's kind of a little bit down, and the first button's undone. And I've got a Anubis mask on.
Excellent.
And yeah, I'm just walking around saying, so, you know how you feel like you've got a wedgie, but you don't. You know, that weird feeling. He's just walking around just weirdly because the pants legs feel wrong.
Yeah, that uncomfortable guy at the party who's not used to wearing the suit.
Yeah, he's used to wearing jeans, so it's like the slacks just feel wrong.
I, Baz, Orbasm, feel your pain. I hate wearing suits. But you catch the eye of a few of the attendees on deck. You see amongst them, same as what Jaxon Zane see, a lot of cosplaying fans. Many of them in various different costumes of different books of Echoes, as well as different movies, maybe even not of Echoes, just vampire-based. Interview of the Vampire comes to mind the most. Not so much Twilight. Zane, you and Jaxon end up on the same boat coming across together. And you see Aaron exiting the small yacht onto the main Seporum Sanguinis. Both of you, Aaron, do you wait for them as you see them?
No, I'd be heading towards where Pip and...
Okay, heading up to the signing deck.
No
problem. So Jaxon, Zane, you do see Aaron head up towards that deck as you get off. Can you guys, starting with Zane, give us a brief description of how you look for the ball? Yeah, starting with Zane.
You know I'm shit at explaining shit stuff. Okay, it's like a trench coat type thing. Yeah, that's it.
So Zane in his black, strapping, zipped-up trench coat. Is it leather?
Yeah.
It's in leather. And your pants, just dress pants, or you're wearing jeans underneath this leather?
Fuck the pants. Jeez. No, jeans.
Oh, so he's pantsless.
Right.
Did you just say
Casual.
Zane was pantsless?
I was going to say, what?
Casual leather jacket, trench coat.
That was a choice?
It was his choice, apparently. And how about you, Jax? How are you entering the scene?
Jaxon is pretty much dressed exactly the same as his own security. Very plain. I think men in black type, black suit, black tie, white shirt. Very nondescript. He'll also have an earpiece in now that he's arrived.
Yes. One of the guards would actually hand you one as you step off the yacht.
Jax will already have his mask on from before entering the room. So it's a black porcelain skull, top part of the skull. The teeth sort of come down and meet his own top lip. And
Excellent.
he entering the room, just simply scanning the room, trying to clock the rest of the coterie. Want to make sure just where everyone is.
Zane, did you have a mask?
I did. I do.
And what is that?
It's a full face mask with... What? Could Evil please put it up?
No, I can't.
Oh, you have it.
But if it's the one that you've put into Skype, Jaxon would have pulled you aside, taken it off you, and handed you a more appropriate one.
Oh, come on. What's wrong with that one?
And again, he would have grabbed you by the base of your neck. Like, Jaxon would have seen him put this thing on, and what he put on can only just be described as a studded gimp mask.
BDSM is a thing for Zane, apparently.
No, it is a mask.
It looks kind of like... It's a fucking gimp mask, dude. Seriously. But it definitely not appropriate for Echo's ball, we'll say that.
So you take it from him.
I, again, walk up behind him and place my hand on the back of his neck and gently squeeze, applying enough pressure to let him know that I mean what I'm saying. how he reacts is up to him, and just quietly whisper into his ear, I don't think so, Zane.
Zane, do you take any of this on board?
Here is the more appropriate mask for
Fine.
Echo's ball. Look, you said you didn't want to upset Echo. Remember that. You want to lose another hand. Maybe a foot, an eye.
Do you think she'd do that?
She could just kill your computer. I mean,
Alright, fine. I'll do it. Fine.
yeah. And I'll take it and I'll pass it to one of my guys and tell him to get rid of it.
You see one of them, Zane, sort of, as you guys are heading off the boat, Zane probably didn't even notice as you were handing him his mask. One of you guys just biffs it in the water.
That was what I would have done as well.
Right, and so once on the main yacht, seeing Aaron head upstairs, casing the area, both of you would notice the bulk of the fan bases down in the bottom assembly area facing the sky, where you can see the rest of them seem to be the more important ones upper floor, and you will spot Echo handing out signed books. And Aaron, you'd be up there first. So, Aaron, as you move through the crowd towards the stairway, you hear a voice, an older woman's voice. She says, Aaron, look at that strapping tight ass. I could spot you anywhere. And you turn to see Piggy. And Jaxon, I should have the grey dress. Yep, there you go. She's sporting a nice silvery grey dress with a silver belt line. Very tasteful for a woman her age. She has her hair nicely hanging just at her shoulders length. And her mask is bike goggles. Without the helmet, just black goggles with a leather strap that goes underneath her hairline, and she's just lifted them up onto her forehead. She doesn't care for the mask so much. She is holding a bottle of Jameson's whiskey in her left hand and a long stalk cigarette in her right, the old school 20s style long black stalk with a cigarette in the end. She looks to you, comes over, pops the bottle down on a nearby seat, spills it on the person in the seat, and slaps you hard as she can on the ass. She says, well, I was hoping to see you here.
I see you're still as horny as ever.
Well, you can't blame me. Look at you. And she sort of straightens your tie, tugs at the collar of your jacket.
And as she straightened, as soon as she straightened my tie, I slightly undo it again, pop the button. I can't do it. I feel like I'm wearing a choker chain.
That's fair. I mean, I've heard you are a bit like a dog, and she gives you a wink.
What do you know about what's going on here?
She picks up the half-tip bottle off the ground. She goes, here, have a drink with me. And she grabs 2 glasses off a tray that's coming by and tips this Jameson's into these 2. And they're not shot glasses. It's like wine glasses. She's just filling them up with Jameson's and hands you one. She goes, I know you're not supposed to, but surely have one with me.
Okay. No worries.
As the waiter walks away, she slaps the waiter's ass as well. And he turns around and says, excuse me, ma'am. And he's just got a plain black mask on. And she says, you're excused. Where you go?
Oh, Peggy, I've missed you, you stupid old bitch.
Who are you
Remember
calling
that.
old?
You're old.
You're older. Maybe.
Actually,
Probably not.
We're actually about the same age.
Yeah.
I just look better.
That's debatable. Have you looked in a mirror lately? Have your drink. You talk too much.
A mirror? What's that? I don't need to look in a mirror.
Are you looking for Echo by chance?
She's over there.
Yes, she is. Smothered in those disgusting fans that know nothing of what reality is.
Yes, pretty much. Have you read any of her books?
Of course I've read the books. They're lovely.
Really?
Yes. I mean, it's filth, but hey, whatever gets you off. How Alan Croft is a handsome fella, and there's a few of them around here I've seen. A couple of them not fond of my slaps, though.
Yeah, no, none of them would be because, as I said, you're a horny old bitch.
Yeah. Well, you do have me pegged. So, have you got a room here?
Hey?
Do you have a room here? We can, Oh, hang on. She looks around a bit. Or doesn't it work now?
It does work, I guess.
Jaxon and Zane, you would catch up about now. And immediately, Aaron, she just goes over to Jaxon and is like, hello, and who might you be?
Peggy, be nice.
I am being nice. Jamison's.
Jaxon Spencer, at your service.
Jaxon Spencer. That's a lovely name.
And
how much money do you have, Jaxon? Do you want to buy me drinks?
You appear to be well equipped in that area already.
She looks you up and down. She goes, you appear to be well equipped as well. And who's your nerdy little friend here? Looking at Zane.
Zane, introduce yourself to the lady.
Hi, I'm Zane. Bye.
Don't mind him.
Hmm.
Yeah, doesn't do crowds.
Fair enough. She hands you the bottle, Jax. Would you like a drink?
Jax would take a drink.
As you take the bottle, she uses the free hand to slap you on the ass.
Jax doesn't react. Gives her a sly wink.
Oh, I think I like this one. She's looking at you again, Aaron. He's takes it in his stride.
And you are?
That's what I'd say. Takes it with a stride.
So Aaron, are you going to introduce me to this charming young lady?
This horny old bitch.
Oh, you do so pain me.
Is Peggy.
Oh, you're the famous Peggy.
Oh, you've heard of me?
A little.
Yeah, Yeah, he's probably heard of you even without knowing Echo.
Well,
it's what I've heard from Echo. Enough.
Excellent. Mr. Spencer, I do think we should head to the bar and you should buy me a brandy.
Indeed. And I'll put out an arm for her to take.
She takes the arm. She turns to you, Aaron. Are you going to accompany us?
No, I actually have business with Echo and Jaxon. Watch out. She's a nasty one.
I'll be fine, but I also need to catch up with Echo soon. Before things take off, we say.
Right at that point of the saying before things take off, the group on the lower deck, there's almost like a hushed gasp as Sophia Hall enters the scene. Once again, the same purple dress you showed before, modest but revealing the split leg, open shoulder. She has the purple gem-studded mask on her face. It's an open back number, and everyone who greets her is just taking a full 360. She commands the presence. Those of you with kindred skills would know she's probably utilizing kindred ability to get more attention, but even without it, she commands. She has a commanding presence. But Sophia Hall is on the boat. She has 4 guards with her, all dark grey suits, silver ties, black masks, just thin Zorro-style masks across their faces. She moves from the lower floor straight up to the VIP deck as she has a VIP invitation sent from Echo. She moves past the second floor and gives you a a wave, Echo, as you're handing books to people.
I wave back and I look at Sam and I'm like, bitch, please. And I activate awe.
And without a moment's hesitation, the group that turned to look at her turn back to look at you. There's a few still looking at her from the lower decks, but you've taken the command back for the now. We're not going to do a roll-off. She's headed to the next floor up. She has her entourage with her and doesn't take too much note of anyone else, but she does say as she comes through, I'd like to catch up with you, Miss Munro, when it suits you.
Will do. I have something to ask you, actually. We will catch up.
Excellent. I shall be upstairs. And she heads through.
And I continue talking to the person in front of me. Yes, the relationship between Alan Croft and Emilia gets very spicy in the library later on. And I sign the book and continue on.
That same person that you're speaking to says, and it's a young female, young, once I say 18, long blonde hair. She's wearing a bright white sort of, almost like a high school ball gown scenario with a big white rose on her arm. Her mask is all white as well with lacy frills on the edge. And she says, yes, I think the description of Emilia is beautiful with her long, sort of wavyish red hair. She's just a capturing character. To be so long under the ocean like that, still have the love that she has, but the revenge that she wants. I just... can you write on the book to Jenny?
Of course, to Jenny.
It's actually Jennifer with two N's, but everyone just calls me Jenny.
One of my favorite fans, Echo Monroe. There you go.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And at that stage, you've done about the rounds. It's just about all of them through here now. The last couple of books you hand over to happier older couple. They give you the same sort of commendation on how great the book is. Everyone's sort of paying, they're here, they're your fans, they're paying tribute to you. You have 3 glasses of blood down, wine. You may remove 1 hunger.
All right.
The rest of you, what's our time? 9:53. I'm going to switch back to Pip and Vicky. Eco, if you wish to step in on this, you may as well. Pip, during the time of Echo handing out the last sort of series of books, you have about 10 minutes to yourself with Vicky. No one else seems to be bothering you. Obviously, Miss Plath going by her pseudonym name for the night. Is there anything you would like to discuss with her?
Pip here has amazing gifts, Sylvia. You wouldn't believe, but it's untapped. And I think that he would do better within our family to maybe get some training from you personally.
Interesting. How does Pip feel about this, Pip?
What kind of training? I did want to be a writer once. Ended up in journalism. That's where writers' souls go to die.
I was a journalist, Pip.
It was terrible.
Okay.
Are you sad, Pip?
Most of the time.
That is unfortunate. I see it in your eyes, like pools of water. You know, and Echo could probably agree with me, I imagine. Being sad, well, and she looks up to the sky. Look at the moon. The moon has nothing to be sad about, staring from her hood of bone. Though she sits there. Compare her to myself, really. She always hears the caustic ticking of the clock. If there's only one thing to be sad about, it is the allocated time we have. And the way we are now, our allocated time is much longer if we play our cards right.
Wow. That's really profound. Bombs tick too, though, you know. Bombs.
You always look... Sorry, go ahead, Echo.
I feel like we're all kind of ticking time bombs, though, Pip. If you think about it.
Yeah.
See this place around us, Pip.
Fancy boat?
Hmm,
Yacht?
it is fancy. Do you count yourself lucky to be here?
And he looks at Echo for some sort of answer, and he's like, yes.
Do you think and she sort of waves her hand up and down your figure, and she says, do you think this, you would have been in a place like this?
Probably would have stayed in the library. It's gone now. Can't go back.
Well, this place that we're in now, it's like a palace floating on glass. Look at the guests. They slide in and out of the light like wine. It's lovely watching the lights that flicker like rose candles on a lilac wall, reflecting a million wine glasses as they shine. Is it better to be the million wine glasses that come and go? Or is it better to be the reflection that sees things happening?
I see things happening all the time. Sometimes things that aren't even where I am, in other places.
Oh, you have the sight.
Yeah.
Look at me, Pip, and what do you see? Can you use your sight on eye?
And he'll wonder to himself whether he should. And then he'll go back to thinking about the oven. And then he will concentrate.
And Echo's just gonna rub on his shoulders, like across his shoulders, like a friend does when they're trying to, like, it's okay, kind of failing. While he does that.
You're concentrating using your ability to, the premonition, I believe, to see into her life. Do you touch her or do you just focus on her?
I'd probably put my hand out towards her and sort of like very, like with maybe like one finger, like just sort of prod where her hand is.
Give me a rouse check for the ability first. It looks like you have a willpower gifted to you from Nati as well. Success, that is good. You don't get any hungrier as you try to activate your power. Now for the dice pool, a resolve and auspex, please. Okay, cool.
I've got 4 successes.
4 successes. As you reach out to touch her, she takes your hand. She says, don't be afraid. And as you touch her, you see it's different. It's almost like an out-of-body experience right here, right now. She takes your hand and you both walk away. And you look back over your shoulder and Echo, yourself, and Sylvia are all still standing there, as if contemplating life. Looking around the rest of the boat, it's all in still motion. Frozen in time. She leads you over to the boat's edge. Looks out above the water. The waves glistening in the moonlight. You can see splashes of stars, and she says, see there, Pip. That woman that bends to see us at the boat's edge. I'm searching my reaches for what she really is. I am important to her. She comes and goes. Each evening it's her face that emerges to walk into this darkness of the night. Down there, and she points into the water. That's me. She is drowned, as is young lady. But that same lady rises day after day like a terrible, eternal fish. I don't think you need help, Pip. What I think is that you need to realize that we are not terrible. What you sense in the eye pits, what you sense in that full set of teeth. She bares her fangs in the vision. That souring of your breath that vanished in but a day. That grave sleep that you worry about. Take a look in that chaotic mirror below, and she points to the water again.
I'll lean out the side.
See him? The man that looks back?
Yeah.
Do you see him smiling?
It's more of a grimace, I think.
You control that smile. Make him smile, Pip. Because he is forever this age. And like a cat, he will have 9 times to die. 9 times to do everything he wishes to do. 9 times to meet all those he wishes to meet. Think about that. When you need to use your gifts, and they are gifts, I assure you. Don't think of how we are taken from this place to another. Think of how we can teach those around us to be less of the ghastly statues with grey toes that they are, and more of what we wished we had in our lifetimes. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I mean, some of it. You're the most interesting person I've met since I died.
Maybe you weren't. Maybe you didn't just die. Maybe you were baptized into no life. Because this is the way it shall be for a while.
Yeah. It's confusing, though. It's always been confusing, though.
Confusion. Ah, yes. Confusion is like the night. It's like a sort of carbon paper. Blue, black, with much poked periods of stars letting in the light. Peephole after peephole, we look in on what goes on around us in this confusion. But you know now that we are like all things. Only we are dead for longer. And that is our life. And with that, Pip, you guys are dragged back to consciousness next to Echo on the boat. As if you'd never walked anywhere. Standing exactly where you were the moment she took your hand and you took hers. She lets go, and the grip feels warm for just a touch. And we will continue this night next Sunday from this point. Unless there is anything directly extremely important that anyone wants to do.
I wanted to give Aaron something, but we'll wait.
We will continue this night. We're only in the early hours of the evening still, around that 10 p.m. mark.
Well done, team. Another great show from us all. Chat, thank you for hanging out with us once again as we have explored the Melbourne nightlife and the vampires of Melbourne, the coterie of hounds, and the continuing story. So, storyteller, favorite moments, I believe.
Yes, favorite moments. We shall go. Let's start with the one who likes to speak the most. Zane.
The interaction between Aaron and Peggy. That was awesome.
Yeah, agreed. Peggy's one of my favorite characters to play.
So you really want to be a 60-plus-year-old woman? Great.
No, she's no holds barred. It's fun. We'll go along the line there, Aaron.
The moment with Mick, it's like he's there. If he could be sweating, he would be sweating.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the storyteller's moment with Pip, using, I'm assuming, a lot of the actual writer's own words.
Yeah, yep. I sat and listened to her in interviews, and she has a hard-out, weird sort of American to British accent because of where she lived. But yes, much of her poetry has been jam-packed into things I guessed or hoped that would be asked or answered.
Just doing that has just, going that extra little bit to really bring a character alive.
Cool.
You kind of sit there and you go, so she is a Melcav. Yeah, that would be favorite moments.
Appreciate it, Aaron. Appreciate it. Pip.
So we a blast, man. That was amazing. And I'm like, oh no, am I going to not make the most of this opportunity? And I'm like, God, Baz is really doing a great job with it. But my favorite bits were Aaron lighting the gunpowder.
Yeah.
Echoes the face Yanti made when Zane said he wasn't going to go to the Peggy and Aaron, and Echo saying, "Bitch, please." Bitch, please. That was awesome. Great.
Jaxon.
Much the same, really. Just Peggy as a character, she is a very cool character, and just any time she interacts with anybody, it's always fun times, 100%. But yeah, I think Echo's activation of awe to combat Sophia Hall as she came onto the boat. It's like, no, you fucking don't, woman. This is my fucking party. I'm the center of attention. Typical Toreador. Pretty people. They got the center of attention. Over here. Don't look over there. It's over here. Fucking focus, bitches. But that was probably the standout moment for me. Oh, and Zane's Gimp mask, of course.
Echo, last of the group.
I mean, they all got everything I wanted to say. Like Bez, oh my God, the NPCs. Woo! Even Sam has everything together and perfect. And Aaron's NPCs that he has makes me want to actually join the ride on Friday because they seem like really cool people that I want to hang out with.
Well, it's a poker run. You just need a motorbike and an entry fee.
So I'm curious to see how this plays out. So and I haven't even met Peggy, and she on the boat, and she's already made a reputation for this party. So
there's plenty more party to be had. So for me, Aaron Gunpowder, the conversation with Mick, and even the conversation on the phone with Cage is always good fun. I like the biker talk stuff. It's pretty funny. And without notes about bikes up on Google, I struggle. He's like, oh, so which Triumph is that? Which Daytona? And I'm like, fuck, shit, can't. So I'm waiting for you to. I'm waiting for you to talk about something else, and I'm typing in Daytona, what model, what year. hoping that no one can frantically see me on the other end. The SpongeBob sandwich bag
Oh yeah,
is up
man.
there on my list of hilarity. I really enjoyed that. I
swear Pip's going to get us all killed at some point with that kind of anti-gay. Seriously.
When he pulled out a sandwich bag, I was like, you know, your description, Grim, was I've got a plastic sandwich bag, and I'm thinking, what have you bought in a sandwich bag? And then of course Zane, the gimp mask. I was thinking, shit, that'd be funny if he wears that on board. How's Echo going to react to that? But Jackson's all over it.
It was like, hell no.
Not a gimp mask, it's a mask from Watch Dogs.
It's a gimp mask. Come on.
It's that style of mask, nonetheless.
I would cut a bitch if you wore that.
I fucking told you, man.
And I see we've got a bit in the chat there as well. So, ass slapping from Drax. Baz's dress research. I did dress research, Drax. Yes, I like to look at the female figure. I can't deny. Something. Oh, Echo fucking Monroe and Sylvia fucking Plath. Two writers fighting there, is it?
That was Grim gushing over Sylvia.
Saying it's the most interesting person he's met on the boat, and I was like, "What the fuck, Grim?"
Great, thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Typical Toriador.
That's it from me.
Right, so that's it for us tonight, guys. I got no one to raid, so if you guys have got someone that you want to raid, let me know, because I don't really have anyone on tonight that I would consider raiding, actually.
Through the DMs are going.
Yeah, we rated them a lot. And what are they doing?
The only one.
About the only one.
They're empty or offline right now.
Yeah, most of my usuals are offline. They've only just started. We could rate Dreaded, I guess. They're doing Seekers of the Stone episode, no, Homebrew Setting, Theatre of the Mind. We'll rate them. Why not? Sure, why not? So Sunday it is. It's over, done. Obviously, come back here next Sunday for the continuance of our little party. And of course, Wednesday night, return back to the same channel about the same time for some more vampire stuff, but on a different level. Curse of Strahd, the continuance of the Amber Temple. And again, Friday with Yanti, Stormlord's Wrath. Come and hang out with us and do the thing and stuff. Short of that, I'll be playing New World a lot. If you got bored, you want to come hang out, I'll be in the Discord somewhere doing that. Might be doing some Back for Blood as well. But yeah, that's it for us. We will see you next time. Set up this raid. That's it from us. We will see you on Wednesday night, guys, for Curse of Strahd.